Man, that shirt. I mean, it really fills out your pecs. It really fills out your delts and your traps, and it gives you
Oh
a
yeah. Which hey, you've been dieting and trying to eat right. So have I.
yeah. You cheated though.
Look at that
Oh
belly
my
button.
god, you got a six
Look at
pack
that
and
belly button.
everything.
Look at that belly button.
Jeez. Well, everyone, welcome to Chew Quieter. We're back, and it's Armando's birthday, and he's wearing his birthday suit today.
Yes.
I'm just curious how many drinks you've had so far this afternoon.
I haven't yet, but here goes the first one. Get that cracking in you.
Oh my goodness! I mean, you look like Jason Mimosa. That's what you look like.
Mimosa.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason Mimosa. The brunch totaling champagne totaling version of Aquaman.
Oh goodness gracious! I am
Yeah.
so glad. I'm so glad we're doing this with video because for anyone that is only listening, this is a huge injustice. You need to see this video because this your nipples don't need, your nipples are hard and they don't even line up with your
I know,
shirt. I can see.
I'm like, wait a minute here.
Oh
You see nipples
yeah,
there? Hell.
it's
That's
like
so
some
good.
weird fucking AI thing going on.
It's weird because I have my nipples way out here. These nipples are still way out here. Well, probably because this is a shirt that Diesel bought for Diesel. It's like a medium.
It's medium for you.
Well, it's a freaking small. I don't even know. It was funny at Mob Moab. I put it on, and it was like I don't know how I even got that to even happen.
Well, happy birthday. This is probably your 14th, 18th birthday today.
Something like that. I can't even math that.
It's girl math. Don't worry about it.
It's girl math. It's only my 14th, 18th birthday.
Yeah. So what have you done so far today?
I worked. I've been working. I've been trying to get end of the month going. I still have clients that need stuff to happen. So, um, been working all day today. Not feeling 100% up to speed on life. I've just been like a little sick lately. You can hear it in my throat, in my nose. I've been like kind of nasty, but all good. Nothing that some cracking can't fix.
Did you have to go back for more allergy shots or something?
Tomorrow's allergy shots.
Don't forget your fruit roll up.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, okay. So yeah, so tomorrow afternoon is gonna be this the day with what's going on. So yeah. What are you
Oh,
doing?
well, I'm back from Arkansas. Had a nice trip out there.
You limited out?
Yeah. So day one. So what happened was we got there Friday night. Opening day was on Saturday. We got there Friday night. A really nice hunting lodge, a brand new hunting lodge actually. So we were like the first people to sleep in there. It was awesome.
Oh, nice.
It was in Cache, Arkansas, which is pretty much an extension of the Boot Hill of Missouri,
Okay.
just outside of Tennessee, on the Memphis side, just west of Memphis.
Yeah. So Western Tennessee.
Yep. And so we get there Friday, get there kind of late, so we kind of just unpack really quick, and we knew we were gonna have to wake up super early because we had to be at the meat spot at 5 a.m. So I think we hit the sack around 11:30, almost midnight.
Okay.
So we took a little nap. Woke up at 4. Got to the meat spot, and there were over 50 people. This guide was guiding this weekend or this Saturday for opening day for Speckled Valley Goose.
Oh, geez.
So there was a lot of people.
So how many of you? All 50 were at the lodge.
No. They all had their own different accommodations.
Okay.
My friend Mike Park and I, we shared a room inside the lodge, and then there was another 2 guys that also had their own room.
Okay.
The way the lodge is set up, each room has 2 bunk beds, so there's 4 beds per room, and there's 2 bathrooms.
Okay. Okay.
And then there's a common room, and then there's a pretty nice sized kitchen, and then on the outside there is a cutting table to um, clean and brush your waterfowl
Okay.
or
Cool.
deer or whatever you might be hunting out there at the
Whatever you're
time.
out there doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So about I think it was 57 people total.
Wow. Okay.
So they shoved everyone in these A-frame blinds. They were pretty well brushed in. There was lot of good cover. Weather really was nice that day. Weather was around 60 degrees, a slight wind from the north, going from north to south. So all the geese were flying in from the north, and then just turning into the headwind to open their wings and landing gear down, and then kill them. So we actually finished up around 10:30 on Saturday morning. Everyone limited out.
Already back. All 57 bagged out.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like our fishing trip.
Yeah, there was a 3 limit. So we did really, really well. It was really dry, and then around 4:00 it started to rain, and then it didn't stop raining. So the next morning we get to the blind. Well, here's the thing that kind of frustrated me. So he tells us, first of all, they pick up everything on Friday. So they remove all the blinds, all the sets, all the decoys and everything. And we're under the impression that the following day we're going to be going to a different field or a different feed to hunt on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And so we later find out that we're going to the same place. So he says to meet us there again at 5:00 in the morning. We meet them at 5:00 in the morning. They get there at 5:00 in the morning with nothing set up.
Mm.
So it took them almost 2 hours to set up the blinds and the decoys. And I'm glad it took that long, because around 6:30, my stomach started to bubble. I'm wearing waders because it's muddy. I didn't want to get all my other boots all mucked up. So I'm thinking,
you didn't realize the mud you're trying to stop is the one in your butt.
Right. It was there was a lot of bubbles going on. The bubble guts was severe. So I asked my friend Mike, "Hey, do you happen to have toilet paper in your truck or napkins?" He's like, "I might have napkins." I'm like, "Oh fuck." So I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna hold off for a second. I'm gonna give it 10 minutes and see if it's just some bubbles, because I already had went that morning. So I thought I was already totally evacuated. Well, I wasn't. I don't know why. So 10 minutes goes by and I'm like, nope, this has to come out. I gotta go. So I went and asked some guys if they might have any toilet paper. I asked the guys if they might have any toilet paper, and they're like, nope. And this guy was like, I got napkins in my truck. It's like, dude, it would be a humongous favor if I can have them. And he starts laughing like, oh, I know why you need them.
Well, yeah.
So he gives me a stack of napkins, they're probably from Sonic or Taco Bell or something. And I make the 12-minute walk from the meat spot back to the truck, because I was going to have to take my waders off.
Oh, in the rain.
Well, it wasn't raining that. There was a small break in the weather, so
okay.
I got lucky.
Okay, all right.
Real lucky. It actually did rain when I was walking back, but so I get to the truck, I do what I have to do, walk back, and they were still setting up. So I was like, okay, that was good timing. I waited another, I think, 3 to 5 minutes, and then they told everyone, all right, go ahead and start shuffling into the blinds. Then it started to really rain. So right away, the weather was not in our favor. There's a lot of low cloud cover, a lot of rain, and the wind had picked up quite a bit. So any geese that were flying over in waves, they were just super high, and they were riding that jet stream south completely. Okay. The geese that they did call in on Sunday, the group was much smaller. I think there was only 17 of us, 20 at the most.
That's not bad.
No. So the geese that they did call in, we did take them down. I finished with one that day, and then I think a few people I blanked out. But after a while, around 11 o'clock, the guy just called it. He's like, "It's not worth it anymore. They're not coming in. They're not calling. They're not working. We'll just pick up and call it a day," which was fine for us because we wanted to get back to Tennessee at a reasonable time. It was a 4-hour drive from there to Dixon, where I met Mike and left my truck, and then we just carpooled from Dixon to
Over there.
Arkansas.
Okay.
And he's in Nashville, so it's kind of like the only meeting spot that we can meet at along 40 to get out there.
Okay.
So that was pretty much it. It was the first time I ever breasted a goose. I've breasted a duck before, but not a goose. Very similar. Breasts are much bigger. We like big breasts.
Nothing wrong with the big breasts.
No, and I actually left the skin on this time because I want to pan fry them with rosemary, thyme, garlic, and butter.
Okay.
And get that nice crispy
the
skin
crisp on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I brought home 7 breasts. I split my last goose with Mike. And they're currently in the freezer now. I'm probably going to cook 1 or 2 this weekend. I actually needed to finish plucking a little bit. I left a little bit of feathers, but that's only because when we're outside cleaning them, it was cold and windy. I was like, let's just get this fucking over with.
So do you only breast them? Do you bring home the whole carcass, or do you only breast them?
I only breasted them. So
Okay.
I come to find out that you're supposed to at least leave on one wing in case you get pulled over by green pants, the game wardens.
Yeah, the game wardens. Yeah.
They can identify the bird.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky we didn't get pulled over and get checked for the meat that we had. But yeah, I wanted to keep one whole and roast the whole thing, but I figured there's probably another time for that. I didn't want to go through the process of processing the whole goose right then and there.
Yeah.
And figure it out and do it wrong.
Yeah.
Matt Loxley is like a professional at that shit. So I figured next time I go out with him, I'll have him show me.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. But that was my weekend. Got back Sunday. Took off work yesterday so I can kind of decompress and catch up on some sleep, do laundry, unpack and all that shit.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Sound like a good, fun, successful trip.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Those are always good. It sucks when you come back with nothing.
Yeah, it does. But I'll tell you, those country boys are funnier than fuck. So
you get it from all over.
Yeah, there was guys from Mississippi, Texas, Arkansas. There was some guys from Tennessee too, Missouri. I mean, guys from all over the place.
Yeah.
And every time someone would introduce themselves to me, they'd be like, hey, "Where do you live?" And I say, "Tennessee." They're like, "Really now?" Like, you don't live in Tennessee. You don't have an accent, motherfucker. Stop lying.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I'm not from Tennessee. I live in Tennessee.
Yeah, I said, that's what I would say. I'm like, I'm not from there. I've lived there for the last 3 years. Like, oh, where are you from? I'm like, don't hate me, but originally I'm from Southern California. And there's a reason why I moved to a red state. They're like, oh, well, we're happy to have you.
Yeah. That's funny. Cool.
Yeah. So the stories that they tell about their past hunting trips and their cousins, uncles, and shit like that. They're Southerners are a good time.
Yes,
they're a really good time.
Always. So I always enjoy being in South, just hanging out with the people from there, around there, and it's never been. I've never had a bad time in the South.
No, and the thing that really kind of pisses me off is a lot of people stereotype and say people from the South are just dumb rednecks. But I'll tell you what. If there's ever an apocalypse, if there's ever any time where you need to hunt for your food, these are the motherfuckers you want to be friendly with.
Yep. Yeah. The guys with the skills to make sure you get fed. The ones that are living off of the freezer that they killed, not the freezer at the
The
Kroger.
grocery store. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, it's definitely a great time. Like I said, it's just some of the best people and the best conversations, are the people that I've met in the South and on that side of the country, that area. It's been incredible to be out there.
Yep. So it's Halloween. I'm assuming your birthday is every Halloween.
Every Halloween, yeah, for the last 55 years.
Since your birthday is on Halloween, what are the things that you least like about it?
Least like I don't think there's anything. So first of all, a birthday is just another day for me. So I get to take liberties and like have a drink at late afternoon and whatever, because we're doing this on a birthday. But I did that a couple weeks ago too when we did the last one. I had a drink, so it's not like there's much difference. Uh, but not much. It was great when I was younger, having a birthday on Halloween. There's always a Halloween party. There's always trick or treating. There's always a family can come over. So it always made for a good birthday. Even through probably my younger days going out, and I remember my 21st birthday, we went out to Peppers. Remember Peppers?
Oh yeah, yeah.
With some friends back then,
City of
and
Industry.
in City of Industry up on the hill right there at the 605 at the 60.
Yep.
We went out there, and back those days, I used to walk around with these trays with test tubes with shots in them.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember those? Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they brought me 21 of them for my 21st birthday. Yeah, it wasn't a good scene. So it was an early night.
I remember my 18th birthday. It was something similar to my 21st birthday. My good friend Freddie had took me on my 18th birthday to a strip club. So we go to the strip club, and he's like, "All right, I'm paying for a lap dance for you." I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, go ahead and have fun." I was like, "Sweet. I've never been to a strip club. I've never had a lap dance." So we go to the curtain room, and girl gives me a lap dance. Song ends. She's like, "Would you like another one?" I'm like, yeah, I do." She gives me another one, and she's like, "Do you want that song ends? You want another one?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, okay." So like 10 songs later, I come out. My friend's like, "Dude, where the fuck were you?" I'm like, she kept asking if I wanted dances, and I kept saying, "Yeah." He's like, "Do you know how much those cost?" I'm like, no. He's like, "That's probably like $500 in dances right there." And I'm like, "Well, she had to go. She stopped dancing with me because they called her name to go to the stage, and she had to go prepare." He's like, "Let's get the fuck out of here. I haven't paid her yet. Let's get the fuck out of here." So we left. We didn't pay her. So that was my first experience.
How do you think she got through college? She probably had dropped out of college because strippers are only there to pay for college.
Not this one, because her name was Bambi. Every Bambi is successful.
Oh.
And my 21st
or dad, one of the two.
And my 21st birthday was very similar. The only difference was we went to a strip club that served alcohol. And you might remember this one. It was called Fritz. That's it. It was in Downey. I think it was on Firestone Boulevard. But it was one of their more premier places, along with the Rhino, Spearmint Rhino. You remember the Spearmint Rhino?
No.
Wow. It's been that long?
It's been that
or
long.
You just never went?
I just never went.
Okay. Yeah, there were like the two of the three top premier 21 and over strip clubs back then.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I don't know if I want to tell the remainder of the story because my wife and my mom might listen to this. But let's just say that it ended with us getting thrown out.
Yeah.
I had a friend that was his bachelor party. This was in Denver. We went to Whiskey Pete's. And when this guy was drunk, he would always refer to himself in the third person. His name was Robert, but he called himself, when he was drunk, he called himself Bobby. So we're all in the champagne room type thing, and there's different booths, and they're all kind of blocked off a little bit. And then there's a stage that is full naked, but you can't have any drinks with you. So he's at that stage where it's full naked, and I'm in a booth getting my lap dance. And all of a sudden I hear this slap. No, first I hear, "Ooh, Bobby likes," and then I heard slap, and then I heard, "Get the fuck out of here. You and your friends, get the fuck out of here." I'm like, I kind of like peek over, what's going on over there?
Yeah, I don't know him.
They look at me, they're like, "You out." I'm like, what the fuck? So we all get back to the limo. I'm like, what happened? He's like, well, she put her ass right in front of me, spread her butt cheeks. I licked my finger and put my finger right in her butt. I was like, no wonder why we got kicked out.
Yeah, that's definitely how you're gonna get kicked out.
Yeah, it was a good time though. It was one of the only times at a strip club that I was semi-sober.
Semi-sober is an odd word.
It's a relative term.
It's a relative term. Yeah. So, but yeah. So no, just that's it. And then now, like having kids, it's preparing kids to go out and do Halloween. I think this is the first year I don't have the kids that are even wanting to do anything or going to do anything. And so it's like, well, what are you doing? We're just hanging out with the neighbors. So it's like, okay, we're going to go hang out with the neighbors. They're going to give out candy to the kids in the neighborhood. We'll go hang out there and have drinks and whatever out there. But that's it. I think I have a cake. I think Kim invited some friends over for cake for later. So
nice.
Just mellow. It's about what I want. Just mellow.
You gonna hand out candy?
Yeah.
How much candy did you buy?
It was like $40, like freaking candy.
$40. That's like 10 pounds of candy.
I don't know. It's these giant bags that have like 200 pieces.
Yeah, we only went with like a 1 5-pound bag just because we weren't sure how many kids were going to be coming in the neighborhood. It's a new neighborhood, so that's all we bought.
Yeah, so we do typically in this house. We're in a cul-de-sac, and there's the 3 of the 4 houses that actually do anything out there. The other ones, they work night, so they're usually gone. So the 3 of us put a table out there, bring our chairs out there, put the fire pit on in the cul-de-sac, and then just have a table, just all kinds of crap in there. Just kids come, just go crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So
we live in a cul-de-sac also. Maybe we should think about that next year. Have a little block party or something like that.
Yeah, a little table, just hang out there and just chill.
Yeah.
And we're so far apart. So I mean, so from my street, we take the dog for a walk at night. It's across my street to down the next street, through the cul-de-sac, back, down up to the next walk, around the cul-de-sac on both sides, just like figure 8, and then back to around our cul-de-sac and back to the house is about a mile.
Wow.
So it's a lot of walking between houses, and then you got to add going up and down drive or walkways and stuff going to houses. So it's a long way to walk with a bunch of little kids. So we end up seeing more golf carts and side by side with kids jumping out and running around. There's neighbors that are outside of our neighborhood, and they bring a big trailer pulled by this John Deere tractor through the neighborhood, and there's like 20 kids on there, and they just jump out and just like mob your table. It's cool. It's cool, yeah. And they have like one of the guys has an old flat fender, and just side by sides and stuff like that. They all just kind of cruise through the neighborhood. It's a fun day to see the kids all just running around and having fun.
So I'm assuming the kids around there, they don't do the toilet papering of houses and shaving cream and all that stuff.
Well, you have to have trees to be toilet papered. So you're not toilet papering a cactus.
Yeah, I guess that would suck.
The
Get too
impact
close and
of
get fucked up.
yeah, the impact of toilet paper in a tree as you're throwing rolls of toilet paper up and over the tree and then having it all string down like that loses its effect in a cactus that's 6 feet tall. So we don't
We
have
used
much
to
of
do
that.
that. We
Oh
used to
yeah,
do that. But times have changed, I think, because now you have, you know, doorbell cameras, and it's a lot easier to get caught.
oh yeah. There's cameras everywhere. My whole house has perimeter cameras all around, and anything happens around my house, I can see it. But it still should happen. We did it. Was that my senior year? We went out, and there was probably 20 of us out TPing certain houses, and we went up to this one house on the hill that was on their list to go do. It was like I don't know, one of the homecoming or football captains, whatever it was, went to go do the street, and we all like started walking down the street while these Asian gang members were sitting out front of the neighbor's house from where we had to go, and they saw us and they pulled guns on us.
Oh shit!
What are you guys doing? We're just toilet paper in freaking houses. It's like it's whatever going on, and they were like, not on this block. We're all just like, okay, we're gonna go that way. But yeah, it's that was the last time I ever did that.
What's the worst candy you ever got as a kid?
Worst candy I ever got? A toothbrush.
You got a
A
toothbrush?
toothbrush from I might have been a dentist.
Jesus, what a fucking
Yeah.
worst thing you could.
Yeah, worst thing you could get. Probably black licorice
Ooh,
or black Twizzlers. It's even worse.
yeah,
like-
black licorice is not a good look.
Yeah, no, it's terrible.
And circus peanuts are absolutely the worst. Also,
Circus penis.
circus peanuts and circus penis.
Wait, what are circus peanuts?
It's like a marshmallow shaped peanut, and I don't know. I've never eaten one. It looked like it was gonna taste like shit. So
The little foamy look peanut
Yeah,
thing. Oh, I
yeah.
love those.
really,
Yeah, you can have
What's-
about a half of one, but that's about it.
okay.
Yeah, it's so
I-
freaking sweet. When I was a kid, I used to love. I haven't had one in probably 30 years, but yeah, I used to. Yeah, I used to like those.
Remember, I had a neighbor that would tape a nickel to a card and it just said "Happy Halloween" from your neighbor. I was like, "What am I gonna do with the fucking nickel? Go buy a Bazooka Joe?"
two pieces of bazooka for a nickel.
I mean, in that gun, you take 2 chews and it's over.
It's already hard to begin with, and it's like
Yeah. The only thing worth it was the comic strip that was
the
in
comic was all you're there for.
there. Yeah.
It's like the gum in the baseball cards. Like why even bother with the freaking shitty ass gum in the baseball card? That thing is always hard and chalky and crappy.
But we always took note of the houses that had Snickers bars or like the good fun size candy bars.
Or the full size bars. I remember there was a house in our block. They used to give out full size bars, and then the neighbor, she usually goes and gets full size bars, and she gives them out to the kids like with the really good costumes. They'll get a full size bar. I think the first year we did it, I think she went and bought like all full size bars, and we just all split up that, and we just handed out full size bars to kids like all night.
Did your parents ever make you like ration your candy, or was it a free for all? You can eat as much as you wanted whenever you wanted.
It was kind of free for all. After the mom and dad tax. Oh, you didn't need that. Oh, you didn't need that. And my thing is I'm not a coconut fan, so the Mounds and Almond Joy my mom would automatically just take.
Yeah, same.
And
here.
I was
My
like,
mom loved.
and I was like, I can't take that crap. I don't want that.
Yeah, same here. She loves Almond Joy, so I was like, "Here, you can have this." I don't want this.
Have these. Yeah, there's things that I don't want, and there's things that I do want. Just leave my sugar babies. Take the Milk Duds. Take the Whoppers.
Remember when we used to have to take the candy to your parents first, and they'd have to check them for razor blades?
Yeah, to make sure there wasn't any
Is that-
Any razor blades or anything in them?
Is that still a thing?
I'm assuming so. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen a razor blade in a candy.
Neither have I. Like, was it all just a scare tactic or something?
I think it was something that some bullshit parents do to go through your candy and snake whatever they wanted.
Probably.
It's like the old wives' tale. Like, here, yeah, we have to check it to make sure it's not poison.
It's just like the last 10 years or something like that. People would be like, oh, be careful that you might get, edibles in your trick-or-treating. Like, no one is giving away free fucking edibles. Trust me.
Yeah. I'm giving a $20 pack of fucking edibles to some little dipshit kid down the street. No,
Yeah.
not happening.
No. And if I did see it, I'm going to go back to his door later on and be like, hey, how much for those edibles?
Yeah, I think I gave you something I didn't want to give you. Here's 5 pounds of candy.
There were certain things that my parents would not let me eat. Like if someone had made like candy corn or
little bags, put in little baggies or something like that,
yes,
where it wasn't
stuff
sealed.
like that. Yep.
Yeah. My parents always throw those away.
And they were probably fine. Yeah, they were probably fine, but it's probably better to be safe.
Yeah. So I think if I remember, we used to do our block first, and that was like the safe bag wherever you get on our block was okay because we kind of knew everyone on our block.
Mm-hmm.
And then beyond that, when we went to the next blocks and stuff over, that's where she wanted to always check everything when she didn't know who was giving it to you.
Yeah, I remember one year my mom dressed me up as. Now I say that she dressed me up because I was still a little kid, but she dressed me up as Superman. And she put the stockings on over my shoes. So she sent me to school like that. And I was slipping all over the fucking place because the school didn't have carpet in the classrooms or anything.
Yeah,
it was that really cheap
that linoleum
tile.
squares.
Yeah,
the stick down linoleum squares.
Yeah. So I just kept falling all over the place that day. And it was the most horrible Halloween that I ever experienced. I think the next year she just said, fuck it. She just put a sheet over my head and literally put a rope around my neck so it looked like it was just the head.
You're
and then cut holes in it.
You're a Klansman.
I'll probably look like one, yeah.
So worst costumes. Remember those plastic masks with the little string around it they put on your face? Yes. And then the plastic, it was just like a rectangle with legs and no arms or just little arms.
Sweat.
And you just sweat in it, and then you're like, my face was in that plastic mask just dripping. Like,
you bought them at Thrifties.
Yeah,
Thrifties and Kmart.
Thrifties, Kmart, Zodies.
Yes. My dad worked at Zodies one time. And he'd always remind me, I used to work there. don't care anymore, Dad.
Well, good thing there's not anymore around. He can't tell you that.
Yeah, no kidding. And I even think, remember Pick and Save?
Yeah.
I think they had those too.
Yeah, they had some of those Pick and Save.
Yeah, those were the worst fucking costumes.
Yeah, they were terrible. And I remember I wanted to do that. And then I think after like the second, third year, I was like, okay, I don't want to do that anymore. Those are terrible.
And then the second, probably worst costume is just it's a cool idea to have your face painted until you have your face painted and you want to get that shit off.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, or you're walking around and you're wiping it because it's still kind of warm in Southern California on Halloween, or in Arizona, it's even worse. We've had some Halloweens where it's still 90 degrees through the day. Yeah. Luckily, it's cooled off the last week, so it's not too bad for us now. But there's kids like just sweating the whole freaking side. They're just wiping this stuff, and their face is all just like whatever, and like they have black eyes or the green face, and just like all like.
Next thing you know, you're like that.
Alice Coopered.
Yeah. Next thing you're like that kid. I like turtles.
But I remember, and it's weird to think this, but I remember Halloween, I had to have been 10, 11. And we walked probably miles through neighborhoods getting candy until like it was probably like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Hmm.
And my parents just like walk with us like around the block, and then it was like, hey, go. And it was just a big group of us, like 6 or 8 of us, kids in the neighborhood and
Right.
stuff. Maybe a bigger group, maybe cousins were over or something. And we just go like just keep walking until we are just done.
Yeah.
And then come home with a freaking suitcase full of freaking candy.
Yeah. We used to use pillowcases.
Yeah. Yeah, pillowcase.
And, those,
Suitcase, pillowcase. Yeah.
and you had a great day when it was like, it's tiring to walk home with that thing.
Yeah, I can't carry this bag, it's too heavy.
Fucking candy lasts you a whole year.
Yeah. Tuck that under your bed and sneak in and grab a piece here and there when you want to.
I had a junk drawer when I was a kid. I had a junk drawer. So I would always throw my candy in the junk drawer. And then my brother, I think we shared it for a while. And so our candy supply was just unlimited for years. My mom actually made me stop trick-or-treating when I was 12. She's like, you're too old to be doing that shit. I was like, but, no, you're not going. I'm like, but everyone else is. I don't care. If everyone else jumps off a cliff, are you going to jump off a cliff? Yes, if there's water down there and then I don't die.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. It's like now the whole thing is like, don't shame the older kids out trick-or-treating now. I'm like, who shames a kid that's too old? I guess some people do. I'm too little old to be trick-or-treating. Like, whatever. Hey, you're doing you're doing the business. You're walking. You're doing the stuff, and you're dressed up. Here, have at it.
I think there's a certain age that there should be a cutoff, though. Like 18.
If you have
once you get to
a registered voter ID card, you can't trick or treat anymore.
Yeah, I think once you get to 18, it's done for you. 17, you're pushing it.
If
16,
if you're driving yourself to trick or treat, that's too much.
You're driving yourself to trunk or treat.
Yeah.
Your mom's like, take your brothers and sisters with you, but mom,
oh damn it, no.
Trying to sneak beers with your friends.
That's what I should have done. I was supposed to get little bottles for the adults for trick or treating.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll do that next year.
Yeah, little bottles of Fireball. Throw them in the ice in a bottle of ice or an ice chest of ice. It's
yeah.
Like, here, trick or treat. Trick or treat, Dad. Trick or treat, Mom. Trick or treat, Mom. Trick or treat, Dad.
There was one neighbor that we had in my old neighborhood in Whittier. The guy, now that I think about it, I think they were Mormon or Jehovah's Witness, so they didn't participate. But we went one year and did the whole hello trick or treat. It's like, we don't have candy. Goodbye.
Oh, Jehovah's.
Yeah. So the next that same night, we took a bag of rice, and this guy cherished his lawn, like loved his lawn, took care of it every day. So that night we went, took rice and threw it all over his grass. And I guess the next morning, birds were just like feasting all over his grass, and it fucked up his grass and turned it brown.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, damn.
He didn't have any trees, so we couldn't toilet paper it.
Not even a cactus.
No, not even a cactus. I think he had a bush, but that was about it.
It was the 70s. Yeah. Bushes were popular back then.
Bush was very popular back then. Remember Revenge of the Nerds?
Nerds.
Booger.
Nerds.
We got Bush.
Yes, that's a great movie. Love that movie. I need to watch that movie.
Yeah. There's a Halloween scene in that movie.
Yeah.
That's how the main nerd got some action.
Yeah, in the costume.
Yeah, in the bouncy room.
Pretending to be the football star. It's what's his name from Married with Children?
Jefferson.
Yep.
Yeah. I forget his real name, but yeah, I'll always know him as Jefferson.
Is it Ted? I think his real name is Ted.
Yeah.
I don't remember his last name.
Sounds right.
I think it's Ted.
Yeah.
That's the best I'm gonna get right now.
That was a good movie, though. I mean, it was pretty. I don't want to say risque. I guess it was risque.
It kind of was. It was like on that edge of everything: nerds, jocks, sexuality, kind of everything, kind of college life, all mixed in there.
Yeah, and Lamar, the gay guy.
the gay guy, just flicks your wrist, so he throws the javelin with the flexi in it.
Oh my god, that thing was funny.
Yeah, no, that was a good movie.
That movie cannot be made in these days.
No. Anything made in those days can't be made these days.
No, it's a goddamn shame.
Any comedy of those days can't be made these days anymore.
Well, even what was that movie with Seth Rogen? Not Seth Rogen. Yeah, he was in it too, but it was the teenage kids.
Superbad.
Superbad.
Yeah.
Even that couldn't get me
no,
today.
No, you couldn't make that. No.
It's a goddamn shame. So let's get into part 2 of the Hype Bright wheels. It turns out, I don't know if they heard our podcast or not, but they've updated their website. Baja Built actually now has a functioning website that's just more than a landing page.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
And they have Light Bright all over it, which is kind of funny. But the 4x4 group, whatever that fucking company was that's in the Middle East, they are based out of Dubai. So
Okay, yeah.
Their Light Bright is being backed by what looks like a terrorist country, a country that supports terrorists, quite frankly. I don't know how else to put it. It's a country that oppresses people. So it's kind of interesting that they would allow themselves to be associated with those kind of people.
Yeah,
I think people should know that they're not buying American wheels, they're not buying American manufactured wheels, and they're not buying from a company that is actually from the United States. They are actually factually in the Middle East.
Yeah.
And I think
they did update it.
And I think also the only reason why Light Bright is surviving is because their OnlyFans page. I assumed, because I've only seen a few pictures when they first posted to that there was like lovey-dovey pictures of Kevin and Brittany. Come to find out, no, Brittany is completely butt fucking naked. She's got butt plugs in her ass. She's spreading her butt cheeks. She's showing people her asshole. That's how they're surviving. It's based on her sexuality.
Yeah.
There's so I take back everything that I said. It's not respect. I mean, how big of a fucking cuck do you have to be to sit there and take pictures of your wife and post them online for other people to see? I've heard rumors that people have paid them so she can fuck other guys and he watches. I've heard rumors, multiple rumors. And now that I see these pictures, thank you, by the way, to my friend that sent me the link. Now that I've seen these pictures, I kind of lean to believing those rumors that he is a full-on cuckold.
Probably most likely, yes. I have zero anything for both of them. I don't even care enough to have any feeling either way for either one of them. I will be cordial when I have to be, because I have to be. And well, I don't have to be anymore.
Neither
So,
do I.
so
Awesome.
I'm like, whatever. But there were times when we would share a booth with Rockcrawler, and they'd be in the booth, and I'd have to like they'd end up at dinner or whatever, and I'm just like, oh fuck, I don't want to fucking hear her. I don't want to hear him.
Yeah.
But I, I I just have zero anything for either one of them to even consider them, and then I just whenever I see someone like. Well, Light Bright said this. I just want to laugh my ass off, going, "How fucking stupid are you to actually like follow anything or hear anything?" And then there's it goes, "Well, they do something good for people by teaching whatever." And I said, "Yeah, but come
Are they really teaching people something, or are they just regurgitating what someone else told them?
on." Yeah. So I was like, "All right, whatever." So, but so they have a picture of their Jeep, which has a paint job like Marvin's,
Mm-hmm.
and oh, and now they're with ADS shock. So this is like shock manufacturer number 4 for them.
Well, I wonder if Bilstein found out that she was spreading her butthole online for money.
Well, I can't believe that even ADS, who's owned by the Holley Corporation, approves that. Holley's Holley is hot rods and girls in bikinis, but I think that goes even beyond what the corporate ideal is for Holley.
Right.
And then, I mean, Bilstein's just as big in OEM and aftermarket manufacturing and reseller of their products. So I can't assume that their legal team can say, yeah, they continue to deal with these influencers. So I don't know. It's just I don't know. We'll see.
And if you think about it, it's a sad situation because either one of them have really held down a legitimate job for years, right? I mean, before this, Kevin was trying to sell insurance, and from what I understand, he got fired from that job. So if this ever ends for them, they're quite frankly incapable of finding a legitimate job that is good paying because they have no skills. They have no real corporate life skills.
Yeah, it's
I mean, she's a dumbass to begin with. So that's probably why she's spreading her butthole on the internet. And then he's just pimping her out, and that's how he's making his money.
yeah, and that's what I would expect.
Yeah. It'll end soon for them because, I mean, it can only, it's not sustainable.
Well,
It's just not sustainable.
Yeah, it still seems to be going, and we thought this was going to end years ago. It's still going
until OnlyFans came out.
Yeah, and then I guess that's what rejuvenates some of it and lets it go a little further.
Yeah, I mean, you really have to have some father issues if you're online showing out like that. I mean, if you're looking for that much attention, you must have some real big daddy issues.
Yeah.
Oh, and I've also heard that there may be a lawsuit coming down on them because of some claims that they've made about that wheel.
Lawsuits from
other
wheel companies?
Yes.
Other wheel companies?
Yes. Other wheel companies, other trying to be vague because I don't want to ruin anyone's litigation, but yeah, there's something coming down the pipe from them that they're not going to be happy about.
It happens.
Yeah. It's not happening to me. That's all I fucking care about.
Not me.
Not it.
Not me. Go ahead. Go play your games. I'm okay.
God, man. If I was going into a business and I was going into business with someone that's backing me, I would do my due diligence and figure out what this company is all about, where they're from. Are they tied to any terrorist organizations, shit like that? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna just blindly say, okay, I'll take your money. Oh, you're from Dubai? Okay, I don't care. That's fine. I'll take your money still. If I hear someone saying, yeah, I'll back you, and I ask them, you're from Dubai, I'd be like, oh, hold on a second. Give me some background on you.
Yeah.
Tell me about the last 10 years that you've been in business. Tell me who's backing you.
Yeah. 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 It's I I can assume by the changes that they're making, they're probably getting pushed out of any of the regular avenues because of what else they're doing. So they're looking for any opportunity they can to keep the train running.
Mm-hmm. Or they leave sponsors left and right once another one pops up. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
look at how dirty they did Milestar.
Yeah, like everything. They left. They were big time on Milestar, and then went to Nitto, and then they were all in with Metal Cloak, and then went to Rockcrawler,
Mm-hmm.
and then they were all after me for stuff, and I was like, whatever. That was the Will email that the reply all from Will.
You want to tell
uh,
that story?
didn't Will tell that story?
Did he already?
I thought he
I don't. I
did,
don't
but
remember. I don't remember if he told it actually on the podcast or
on the
not.
podcast. So yeah, so got an email requesting a belly pan because I don't know, they're the one that they were using that they were claiming was the best in the industry was destroying itself, and they wanted ours. And they sent an email, and it was to Will and to me. Um, they had tried to email me, and I was like, nah, not interested. Then they tried to go around me by going to Will. Well, I held the keys, so I'm like, you can't go around me if I hold the keys. So he sent it to Will, and then Will sends it back to me, and I believe to Nate, maybe Artie, whatever, or whoever it was. But replied all instead of forwarding it to just us, replied it all, and then basically said that, and I don't feel that I want to, because they go from brand to brand, and just not worth it. And I was like, as soon as it sent, like a couple minutes later, I went through it. I'm like, dude, you reply it all. He's like, what? I go, you reply it all. He's like, oh fuck. Oh, fuck. So he had to send another email after that. But it was one of a comical time. It's still something that him and I like constantly. I'm like, yeah, reply all. Huh?
I mean, sometimes those are happy accidents though too.
Yeah, I did it inadvertently. It was an error. My mistake.
Mistake,
Yeah.
air quotes.
Yes. My bad.
How many times did you think you turned people down for sponsorships?
Oh, everyone. I seriously, I wouldn't do it. When I started with the company, there was people that were getting stuff, and I was like, what is this person getting this for? Well, we'd worked with them before, they did this, so yeah, we just send them whatever. So they would approve stuff. I'm like, what? Okay, what are we getting? What are we getting? What? Who is this person? Like,
Mm-hmm.
who is this person? Oh, he's like part of like some local group in Tucson. Okay, that's fine, but it doesn't justify what we're giving.
Yeah.
So, and then it was probably the height of the sponsorship, being sponsored by in that time.
Mm-hmm.
Was when we started growing, and it was constantly, and I was like, sorry, not something that we want to be part of. And I changed how we did things. We got rid of the racer program because the racer program was just a loser. So we stopped supporting the racing. because no racers were buying our stuff. They were just saying, "Oh, I'm a racer, and I hear you give products to all the racers," and they're just like they wanted everything. I'm like, well, we can do a
Hmm.
couple things here and there, but I mean, you're asking for like you want us to build your truck. Come on, that's not happening. So
Yeah.
I just eliminated the racer program completely, and we kept a couple here and there that made sense. Uh, Bill Schultz had his JL when he first raced that 2-door with the belly
Boss
pan.
Racing.
Yeah, with BOS Racing. Yeah, um, he raced that 2-door with the belly pan, and that was like the first 2-door belly pan that we ever made, and it went on his racer and got him through hammers, and without it, he probably wouldn't have made it because he was on it.
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that. And a few other racers that we would do stuff with, but it had to be some profile, or it had to be JL JK based racers that actually took stock parts off and raced with them.
Hmm.
So that was kind of it. And then I just changed the focus to industry partners. Um, we want to run your stuff, you run our stuff. As long as there's a symbiotic relationship and we can make it work, then we make it work. And that's who we did. We did to. I sent stuff to Fox, sent stuff to BFG. I think all of the BFG Jeeps had some sort of Artec something on them at some point or another. I know John Williams built that 150th anniversary with everything that we could possibly send for it. So it's just that relationship. Gerald Savvy did a bunch of products when they were building Jeeps for their stuff on the Savvy side. So um, just years of that was where the growth was. It was okay. You're gonna go see the guys that are in the shows. Their Jeeps are at the shows. Their Jeeps are on the trails. Their Jeeps are getting the media attention, the follower attention. Why shouldn't our products be on those?
Hmm.
And that was the focus. Just get the products in the hands of people that are going to show it every week and be on the main stage. Um, some guy that's in a Jeep club in Eastern Ohio with 4 other Jeeps or 10 other Jeeps is not really giving us that explosive energy that someone else of the other side would.
Yep.
So
So I think I got involved with you around 2015.
mhm.
Does that sound right?
Yeah. So,
And I think it was months before that I actually hit you up, and you're like, "Well, what do you have to offer me?" And I was kind of blown away. Like, wait, I thought you were supposed to offer me something. And I realized, oh, I know what he's talking about now. So that's when we kind of started working together, and I started doing some product shoots for you guys and some videos and that sort of thing. And we did some trading basically.
yeah, and that's the way I made sure our uh, sponsorships were more like horse trading. We did stuff with all the manufacturers, and whenever they need anything, we horse traded. Um, I mean, everybody that you see as a manufacturer was building Jeeps. It was because we were going to be circling through. We're gonna send stuff to this company. Okay, they're gonna send us this because it matches and it works, and it gives us the same uh, bilateral union where we're sharing content and property and kind of boosting each other, and it's a big way to grow a company. So any of you guys that are in a small company, it's putting stuff in the right hands that will make or break you.
Yeah. Well, I remember when Troy Gayton was working on his Jeep. There was a quite a bit of a partnership there too when he had his Encima.
Yeah, we did. He sent me the stuff. We had talked for a while. We'd gone back and forth, and I'd seen what he did, and I was like, "Yeah, we got to work on this." And him and I went back and forth, and kind of, I basically gave him a blank check for anything he wanted.
I'm sure he appreciated that.
Oh yeah, yeah, and it worked out because we got so much play. No pun intended. With that and that build and we did. I mean, it was in our booth at EJS. It was here. It was there. It's been in our videos that even on trails and stuff from being out in events and stuff like that. So there was a lot of that that came from that being just a private build, and there was a bunch of those, and it had to be very specific when it came to a build, and that one was the extent of craziness that that was going to get the attention regardless of what it did.
Yeah,
and there's a few of them.
That build was pretty unique.
Mm-hmm.
It still is.
It still is, and it's getting revamped now with a new motor and full new powertrain and some new axles.
Mm-hmm.
So can't wait to see what pops out of it when he's done. But yeah, there's a few of those builds like that really like set off. Tim Jackson in the mail Jeep, he just rolled it.
Yeah, I saw that.
He just rolled it. Jason Webb, Pinkie Pie.
Mm-hmm.
He actually got all of the armor. Was the original beta test that was on the Articon went to Texas, and that got put on Pinkie Pie.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he did. He's done testing and all kinds of product testing for us as we've developed products. So Jason and I and Christine have gone back a long time, even before I was with Artec. When I was at ADD, we met at SEMA. I don't even know, 12 years ago, something like that. Yeah, so it's been quite some time with some of these, and to see these different builds and be able to partner with these people and make good long-term friends is pretty cool. That's probably my favorite part about coming over to this industry.
I agree.
Is that, and so funny is we had a meeting this morning with the Rock Crawler and Savvy crew about planning for next year and the year after, and we keep talking. I keep saying, "We gotta go back to Texas. Go back to Texas. I want to set up this thing in Texas again." It was so fun to be out there and to be in that little town and go out to Wolf Caves and just bring a bunch of people out there and just have a great time.
Yeah, just like a customer appreciation crawl.
Yeah, just kind of like a Mob Moab. Just go out for the weekend. You come in. You do your own. You pay for your trip out there. You pay for your lodging. We're not going to charge you thousands of dollars to come out and hang out with us. You just make your way out there, and you want to camp somewhere. You want to go B&B down in town. You want to find a hotel around town. Whatever and however you want to do it. Come out and hang with us, and we'll get together something for that. It'll be a good time.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, can't wait.
Well, listen, we should wrap it up. I know it's your birthday and you got things to do and things to drink.
I've been drinking.
Tables to set up and fires to light.
Something like that. Cool, brother. Appreciate it.
Again, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Take off that shirt because I think it's cutting off your circulation.
It's cutting off my brain. I'm like, I think I just cut off my.
Oh, there goes everything. Too much flex.
Just cut off my ears.
It was too much flex.
Yeah, no, jeez. Cool, brother. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Whoa, that went crazy. That sounds way better. Look how loud that is. I can actually hear. What the heck?
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.